60 from the block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna
They're not attracted to men. I mean, 96% of the time, that is accurate. What I mean by this is that women only find about 4% of men physically attractive. At least attractive enough that they'd want to sleep with them solely based on appearances. This is very different for men. Men find 60% of women attractive enough that they'd want to sleep with them just based on appearances. Of course, there are exceptions to this and generalizations. But that is such a huge difference that you could statistically say that women are just not attracted to men in general. Whereas 60% is a majority, and so men are attracted to women in general. Now, some men have a really hard time wrapping their head around this because their concept of attraction is based on appearances. This is why statistically, the male version of pornography is an image, but the female version of pornography is not an image, at least not most of the time. It's a story. They're attracted to a situation described in a story. What is that situation? Most men do not read romance novels or watch chick flicks. So most men are just clueless about what their wife actually wants, what her version of pornography is. There is a whole psychology behind what women find attractive. There's a reason why women want to sleep with men, and it usually doesn't have to do so much with what they look like. It's what they act like. It's their qualities and attributes of their personality and their behaviors. If you would like to understand this as a man, but don't really feel like reading stacks of romance novels and watching stacks of chick flicks to figure it out, or if you would like your husband to understand this, but know that he's unlikely to spend hours and days and weeks watching chick flicks and reading romance novels, I've summarized the whole thing for you in a relatively short lecture. The psychology of how to be attractive to your wife. This answers the question for so many men of, why doesn't my wife want to sleep with me? Because you're not attractive enough. And it doesn't have anything to do with the way that you look most of the time. Because men don't understand what women find attractive. So, let me show you how to do this. And by the way, I think this is a fantastic Valentine's Day gift, which is why I made it super cheap on Valentine's Day. You're welcome. First of all, click right here. Here are my marriage courses. This is where I teach men how to be attractive to women. Apply these principles, your wife is going to want you. If there's some kind of like health problem or something going on. And just to be super nice and have fun, I threw in a free webinar ticket if you guys want to buy the bundle. I look forward to working with you.
Toxic women themselves like to be with toxic men, so they have a scapegoat. And I think that when you see green flags, they start to turn into red flags, because if this doesn't work out, then I'm going to get looked at funny. I think women love to be the victims of failed relationships rather than the causes. So when a guy's like that, you're like, oh, he got his shit together.
I'm a double, no, because it's really, the women like to be able to control the narrative of the relationship, not really failed or successful. They like being able to tell the story, I left him, or he didn't, they would want to be able to control.
No, that's so true, because then they can be like, girl, I met him, he didn't even have no kids, he was weird, he didn't do this, he didn't do that.
That is
no, even down
It's
to,
true.
man, even down to the, like, if I'm saying, hey, I just want to be friends with her, but she don't want that, then it's like, oh no, he did blah, blah, boom, and it's a different energy. But if she said, I just want to be friends, that's what it is. That's the scripture. That's Bible. That's a verse.
And people think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years when I couldn't stand my husband. You know?
do say that. You
10
say
long
10
years. And guess when it happened? When those kids were little, right?
Yes.
Right? Because, you can be all great individually when you're just married. You got your life, he's got his, you come together. It's all, ooh, good to see you, bye, take it easy. And then you have kids.
Not take it easy.
Take it easy, you're traveling, that's great, good. I get to hang out and watch the TV I want to watch.
Right.
But the minute we had kids, it was like, where are you going? And how far? And you start measuring, it's like, how many diapers did you change? And, oh, you're golfing? Oh, you got time? Oh, you got time to golf? How you at the gym all the time?
Why you in my brain right now? I'm like,
that's when all the measuring starts, because you got this project.
Yes.
And guess what? Little kids, they're terrorists. They are. They have demands. They don't talk.
Right.
They're poor communicators. They cry all the time. They're irrational.
They're selfish.
They're needy. And you love them more than anything.
Yes.
And so you can't blame them.
No.
Right? Because look, they're cute and he's so cute. And look at him throwing his plate. That's so cute. So you turn that ire on each other.
Yes.
You know, and for 10 years while we're trying to build our careers and, you know, worrying about school and who's doing what and what, you know, I was like, oh, this isn't even.
No.
And
That
guess
is a
what?
long time.
Life
Marriage
ain't easy.
isn't 50-50.
Yeah.
Ever, ever. There are times I'm 70, he's 30. There are times he's 60, 40. But guess what? 10 years, we've been married 30.
Wow.
I would take 10 bad years over 30. It's just how you look at it, right? And people give up for the 5 years, I can't take it.
How
it
do
was
you
bad.
know? What is the, because sometimes
You gotta
should-
know your person. Do you like him? I mean, you could be
Right.
mad at him, but do you still look at him and go, I'm not happy with you, but I respect you. I don't agree with you,
Yes.
but you're still a kind, smart person.
Yes.
The feelings are gonna change over time, right?
Yes.
You're not gonna always be. So the minute that goes, people want to give up on it.
It's true.
But now you're in the work. You're in the work of it, and that's why I want to talk about the work of it, the work of any relationship, the work of friendship.
This is a game I call La La Land or Nicki Minaj. I'm gonna read you a line or a lyric. You have to tell me if it's a line from the movie musical La La Land or a line by Nicki Minaj from a Nicki Minaj song. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And away we go. City of stars, are you shining just for me?
La La Land.
Yes, correct. I floss every day, but I ain't a dentist.
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. A technicolor world made out of music and machine. It called me to be on that screen.
La La Land.
Yes, correct. Come through and f him in my automobile. Let him eat with his grills and he telling me to chill.
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. Is this the start of something wonderful and new or one more dream that I cannot make true?
La La Land.
Yes, correct. I let him hit it because he slang cocaine. He tossed my salad like his name Romaine.
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. Here's to the ones who dream, foolish as they may seem.
La La Land.
Yes, correct. Put your hands on the toilet. I'll put one leg on the tub.
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. So bring on the rebels, the ripples from pebbles, the painters and poets and plays.
La La Land.
Yes, correct. He said, damn, bae, you so little, but you be really taking that pipe.
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. Jazz is about the future.
La La Land.
Yes, correct. Let me think. What could I do to kick it off? How about I all on your dick and then I lick it off?
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. All right, I remember you. And yes, I'll admit that when we met, I was a little curt.
La La Land.
Yes, correct. I'm a freak, so I don't care. Just don't get none in my hair.
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, correct. What do you mean you don't like jazz?
La La Land.
Yes, correct. Did he win? Yes, you win.
All right, so this lady wrote into this Market Watch website, and she wrote to the editor. She said, "I want to meet someone rich. Is that so wrong? I'm 46, earn $210,000, and own a $700,000 home. I'm tired of dating losers." She said, "I see wealth as a sign that someone is ambitious and aims high." She said, "Dear Q, I've reached a point in my life where I want to settle down, but I recently had a disagreement with a friend about my priorities, and I would appreciate your perspective. I'm 46. Hold on. Let me stop you right there. You had 46 years to decide if you want to, quote unquote, settle down. Okay, guys, don't believe this shit, all right? Back when she was probably 17, 18 years old, okay, she was likely propositioned multiple times by appropriate men, and she turned them all down. All because, why? Well, she probably wanted to play her cards differently back then. So now at 46 years old, and she's tired of, dating losers or what she thinks are losers, now she wants to find somebody with ambition. Question, why the hell does it matter at that point? Okay, you're rich. You earn $200,000 a freaking year. You could literally be a millionaire in 10 years or less. And you're already living in a $700,000 home. Who gives a shit? All right, you could probably get some guy off the street, have him come over twice a week, give you some, please you, and send him on his way. Like, what difference does it make if the guy has a job or anything going for him for that matter? I mean, so what? Women think so differently than men, because I'm only thinking from my perspective. What would I do if I was a multimillionaire? I wouldn't give a shit. I would not give two shits about what my partner does for a living. or even if she even had a job, it just wouldn't matter. All right, so the editor replied, and he said, or she, I don't know, he or she, he said, "Dear single, if you objectify someone for earning less than your annual salary, be prepared for an even wealthier person to do the same to you." Ooh, man, feel the burn. Damn.